Hello, and welcome to the Killer Cuties podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Cassidy, and I've seen almost every horror movie out there.
And I'm KD, and I've seen almost none of them.
So join us each week as I attempt to make a horror fan out of KD.
As a warning, we will be discussing spoilers and some uncomfortable topics that may be in the plots, so feel free to check out the film on doesthedogdie.com first to check for any triggers before listening.
Today we're going to be talking about the 2022 hit Barbarian. Let's get spooky. Katie, do you want to kick us off with a summary?
Sure, yeah. So a girl named Tess arrives at an Airbnb late at night, only to find that it's been double booked with a man named Keith. Due to a convention in town, all the hotels are booked, so Keith and Tess both stay at the house. The next day, Tess gets stuck in the basement and finds a hidden door down there with a hallway leading to a room with a dirty bed, a bucket, and a camera. There's also bloody handprints on the walls. It's very spooky. Keith arrives and gets her out of the basement, but she's understandably freaked out and wants to leave. He wants to see it for himself, so he goes down to the basement and doesn't come back. Tess goes down to find him and discovers another door leading underground. Down there, she finds Keith, but he's killed when they're attacked by a woman. We'll call her Mother. Cut to AJ. He's an actor who's been accused of rape. No surprise, he did it. He actually owns the house that was rented to Tess and Keith, and because he's dropped from everything after the rape allegations, he goes back to the house to try to sell it. He also discovers the basement and gets captured by Mother. Tess is alive. She's pretending to be the mother's baby to appease her, while AJ is getting literally breastfed by Mother, this mother creature. Tess escapes, but goes back to help AJ. We get a flashback of Frank. Frank's a serial killer from the 80s, Reagan era is how we figured that out, who's abducted a bunch of women, forced them to give birth, and continued the cycle with the daughters. Mother is one of those daughters. AJ finds Frank, and Frank kills himself. Then he accidentally shoots at Tess when she comes back to help him. That's AJ. They both get out, but Mother pursues them, and AJ tries to sacrifice Tess to escape. But Mother actually saves her and then kills AJ. And then Tess kills the mother. And that's the end. It's a lot.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And between you and me, the only thing I wrote in my notes was boop.
Who?
Did you remember that scene? That's the scene in the movie. She just
She does do a boop. Yeah. I love that that's all that was what you collected from this movie. It was just boop.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm ever gonna recover from this one.
I'm obsessed with this movie.
Oh my god, you would be.
I love it so much. It's so funny. It's so entertaining.
It's
and I love
funny?
Oh, it's hilarious. Are you kidding me? The scene where AJ's like, "Oh, can I use this as square footage?" and whips out
Okay, true.
measuring the basement and stuff. Oh my god, it's so funny. Yes. Yes. I watched this movie for the first time in theaters, and typically like when people are talking during a movie, it's annoying, but not during this one. Like we were all collectively just being like, "No, what the fuck? Like what's happening?"
There are a lot of cliche moments, I have to say. Lots of cliches.
Yes. So backstory on that. So the writer and the director, Zach Krager, he read a book.
Married to the girl from Aquamarine.
Yes, Sarah Paxton, who actually voices the video, like the breastfeeding video in the movie. That's
weird.
her voice. Yeah.
The directors hiring their wives to do voiceovers.
You know. Love. Nepotism. Love.
Okay, continue, sorry.
But yeah, so he read a book about how women should trust their intuition when it comes to red flags in men. And then he decided to write a story where he would cram as many red flags as he could and just have the woman ignore all of them. And that's how this movie got made. So that's where this started. Which is basically like, yeah, so when you're watching it thinking like, what are you doing? You're so dumb. That was his whole point, was that you should think that.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Yeah, didn't he was writing it as like an experiment? He wasn't writing it as a movie.
Yeah, he really just wrote it as like a one scene type of thing and then kind of expanded it from there.
Yeah, evolved it from there. Cool. We were just talking in real life about red flags and how my
Mm.
husband's only red flag is that he doesn't like the movie Shark Tank.
Shark Tank? That's the
Not
show.
Shark Tank. That's a show. Shark Tale.
Shark Tales, yes. Which is true. That is a big red flag. Shark Tale is a great film.
Excellent film. Excellent film. Not
Um,
horror, but
yeah. But I thought it was funny because like when I first watched this movie, it was with a friend who's male. And like when Keith's character first came on, every time he would talk, my male friend was just like, "Aw, like he's so awkward and cute." And I was like, "Red flag here, red flag here." I was like, "Nah, nah, 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 nah. This guy's
yeah.
sus as fuck." And after like you find out that Keith's innocent, my friend was like, "Oh, I told you so. I told you." And I was like, once I found out how he wrote the movie, I felt so fucking justified because I was like, no,
Yep.
he wrote it so that women would have
Validation.
red flags when they watched it and be like, girl, run. This is not the
Yep.
situation.
Yep. And it worked too.
Hmm.
I messaged you though, and I was like, "Oh, he's being such a cutie," but
I
that was the
know.
very beginning.
I was like, Katie.
Yeah. Yeah. I got over that real quick.
Now,
And
watching it
Taylor, of
the
course, is.
second time, I think he is cute and endearing
Oh, okay.
because I know he's innocent.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, that's
So,
fair.
like, all the things that, like, were sus when I didn't know if he was a bad guy or not kind of are
Yeah.
gone because I know he's not now. But
Yeah.
hindsight, hindsight,
I
baby.
I googled, when does Bill Skarsgård turn into the clown? Just kidding. But I know he was in that movie, and I know
Yes.
Justin Long was in Jeepers Creepers.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I've seen those movies.
You've seen Jeepers Creepers?
Yeah, yeah, I have.
Okay, I wasn't gonna mention it because like the scene, like he dies with his eyes getting gouged out, and I was like,
Yep.
very Jeepers Creepers.
Keepers.
But I do love that. I love those casting choices because, like,
Yeah.
obviously Bill Skarsgård is very well known for playing Pennywise in it,
Yes.
and so immediately you kind of like have
He's a bad
that
guy.
feeling of like, oh, he's the bad guy. Whereas
Yep.
Justin Long almost always plays the good guy. So
Yep.
you see him and you're like,
Funny. Yep.
oh, maybe he's not that bad. Nah, 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 nah. He is.
Turns out he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real bad guy. And when he was around the fire, it was almost a little like, it was almost a little redeeming. He's like, maybe I am a bad guy. Like, and then you kind of feel for him. And then he goes and pushes somebody off the top of a water tower.
Yeah.
Little
I
switch.
was actually really nervous the first time I was watching it when that scene started happening. I was like, they're not gonna give this motherfucker a fucking redemption right now. Like, I'm gonna be pissed.
That's true. True.
And him throwing her off, I was like, yeah, that's
That's
perfect.
right.
I love
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Because I did
Ah.
not want him to be a redeeming character at all.
And him fucking gaslighting her at the end. Oh my God.
I had to, you slipped. No.
Yeah, the eye gouging could not come faster
Yeah,
or
100%.
fast enough. Yeah. Um, Mother got a redemption arc though, tiny bit.
I really don't, like, I don't think Mother's the, like, real villain.
No,
I
I
feel
mean,
bad for her.
I killed Bill Skarsgård.
She did, which, rip. But
Yeah,
I think, like, she is a sympathetic villain, right? Like, she was a
yeah,
victim. That's all she's ever known. I think
yeah,
when she, like, dives after Tess because she doesn't want her to die, I'm like,
yeah,
she just wants a baby.
yeah, with her little boobies flapping in the wind.
Yeah. There's a
Boob
lot
ass.
of boobies.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, this is the movie for you.
well,
It's definitely a type of boob that you have to be interested in.
yes.
Still
Yes.
great. All boobs are great, but it's a
Yeah.
type.
Yes. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, no. I liked it. I think this is one of the scarier ones we've watched so far.
Oh,
Honestly.
okay. Okay.
The scene where
I'm
she's like,
re-gauging my filter a
oh,
little.
sorry, did I?
No, 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 that's good to know. Great. Okay.
Okay. I said one of the scarier,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not the
yeah.
scariest. Like it's not a 5 out of 5 for sure.
Okay,
But the
yeah.
scene where she just barely comes into the light, and then she's suddenly like not in the light anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought she was gonna do some Phantom of the Opera shit and like have like different corridors she could go through that people couldn't see and
Mm.
like come up behind him or something. Whew.
Yeah. There are a lot of, like, suspenseful moments.
Oh, for sure.
Like, her
Yeah.
holding her phone and walking down the basement stairs into, like,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
underground tunnel. I remember
Hmm.
watching that for the first time and being like, "Oh, shit. It's
Hmm.
happening. Stay calm."
Yep. Yep. Surprised to see her alive, Tess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought she was gone for sure.
I know,
Did you like the
that's
way they did that? The different time there's like 3 different time zone things.
yeah, I did. I do think like, I'll say that this movie is not for everyone. It's weird, it's kind of off
Yep.
kilter. I don't think, I think there's gonna be a lot of people who watch it and don't get it, and that's fine, but it's for me,
What's there to get?
for sure. I think just the style of it, right? Like,
Oh,
it
okay.
it is a weird way to kind of watch the story unfold. Like, like you said, there's super abrupt cuts in the middle of action scenes. Like, you watch Keith get his head bashed in, and then all of a sudden it cuts to Justin Long singing in his car, and you're like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah. Yeah. Very strange.
But I felt like
And
it
then
made it really fun to
suddenly
watch.
yeah, and then suddenly like the Reagan like the President
Right.
Ronald Reagan like telling you that it's in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah, it, like, cuts
Is
back
that
to,
the 80s?
like, yeah, uh,
Okay.
to, like, a flashback and stuff like that, and I think it's interesting because even though I don't think this movie really has, like, a twist, like a gotcha moment,
Mhm.
but you never know what's gonna happen next, and I think that's
Yeah.
why it was so much fun to watch because every second you're like, "Well, what the fuck is this now?" Like
Yep. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. What I was gonna say.
Oh. Sorry, I feel like I'm talking a lot this episode, but I just really fucking
No.
love this movie so much.
No, I liked it too, honestly. It's very different from anything that we've watched so
Mhm.
far. I The biggest surprise to me was that it was a creature feature. In the like the guts of it to me feels creature featurey of like the 6 movies that we've watched that I have to compare to. but um but I was expecting solely psychological horror. Like that's all I
Yeah.
was is expecting.
Yeah. I
So
guess to
the
me,
monster
I
threw me
guess
off
I
guard.
don't really think of it as a creature feature because it is just like a woman,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
but I get what you're saying. Like if that's not what you're expecting in the film, because
Yeah.
I went into it blind. I had no idea what to expect. Um,
All I knew was that there was a shared Airbnb and that weird stuff starts to happen. That's literally all I
yeah, I had seen the trailer, which I think shows like the staircase and stuff like that.
knew.
Um, so I knew that there was going to be more to it than that, but yeah, I think when I like first started watching it, like the first night they're there and she's sleeping and like the door opens and stuff like that,
Mhm.
I kind of started thinking, "Oh, is it going to be supernatural? Like is that
Yeah.
what's happening?" And I was kind of pleasantly surprised that it wasn't.
Good.
Because
I know how you
I
feel about Supernatural.
yeah, it's not my favorite. I like them, but I do like to know that it is going into it, and I feel like usually it's the other way around where I go into a movie thinking it's not gonna be supernatural and then it is. So, like,
Yeah.
going into it thinking, "Okay, it might be supernatural," and then it wasn't, I was like, "Hell yeah, let's go."
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of the trailer,
Mhm.
you probably know this already. This is a Disney horror film.
I did not know that.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's part of Disney's umbrella.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
and they tried to get A24 to pick it up. It feels kind of A24 to me. Just
Yeah.
like weird and again, not
Mhm.
that I have seen any of the A24 movies, but I know the kind of the general idea of what an A24 movie is. And I'm excited to watch a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But but yeah, they tried to sell it to them, and they said no. And the original producer or somebody died. And so the movie was kind of up in the air, and one of Disney's companies, I forget which one, ended up buying the movie and distributing it.
Interesting.
So,
I did not know that it was Disney. I knew that A24 had passed on it.
yeah,
Big mistake. Huge.
seriously,
No.
yeah, it's super. It's like totally up their alley.
I know. I do. I love a good A24, I'll be honest. But I did know Zach Kreger is apparently like friends with Jordan Peele. And
Oh,
so they would talk a lot during the making of the movie. And Georgina Campbell, who plays Tess,
mhm.
even said like, yeah, I think Jordan had a little bit of influence over the film.
Nice,
So I
nice.
love that because I love a good Jordan Peele movie.
And we've got some on the list coming
Mhm.
up kind of soon-ish,
I think
I
so,
think.
yeah.
But no, what I was
No.
saying about the trailer is that Disney intentionally, like they said that they intentionally didn't want to give away anything of the movie. So they made the trailer very like, open to interpretation.
Yeah. I love that
Um,
because I hate it when movies just give away the whole entire plot in the trailer, and then
yeah.
it's like, well, why even watch it?
Yeah. And it's really easy to do that with horror, I feel like, to give away the whole plot in the trailer.
Yeah. The actors were so good. Okay, so the only thing I've ever seen Georgina Campbell in before this was Hang the DJ, the Black Mirror episode. And
Oh yeah, I knew she looked familiar.
yes, yeah. So that's the only thing
Okay.
I've ever seen her in. And like I really did like that episode, but I think this movie showed just how talented she really is. Like
Yeah, no,
she
she's
did
great.
so good.
Hmm. Yeah, and the makeup they did for her while she was underground made her look like 20 pounds lighter, and ooh, spooky.
I know that's another thing they never really answer, like how long she was in there before AJ came.
They said a couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks since they checked out, or they haven't had a booking for a couple weeks. Is
Yeah,
what the not the realtor lady, but Barbara.
that's true. I guess we have like a broad. I feel
Yeah.
like that's just such a broad. That's what you use when you don't want to give a specific time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. But
That's
it
what I
wasn't like
thought.
years, I don't think.
Yeah, the whole time I was watching Yellow Jackets, if anybody's seen that. Like they never give a specific timeline. And so
Mm-mm.
me and my friends would always make fun of it because every time something happened, they'd say, "It's been weeks. It's weeks, weeks." And we were like,
Yeah.
"How many weeks?" Like that's so was it 6 weeks? Was it 1? Was it I don't know.
Are we talking age of a baby, 175
Right.
weeks? Like,
I'm like
that's a 3-year-old.
I know. I'm like, I know they have to be ambiguous to like keep it going, but I was like, oh, weeks. It's been weeks. Again,
Yeah.
it's been weeks.
Yep. What all did you not like about this one?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
I wish Bill Skarsgård was in it a little bit more.
Thank you. That's what I said. Not enough Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, the first time I watched it, after my friend, rubbed it in my face that he was right about Keith, he's like, "Are you gonna be okay though? Because like, it's early and he's gone." So, and I said, "No, no, I will not be."
Yeah. Ugh, a bummer. A bummer.
Yeah. Oh wait, do
He
you want to
produced
know?
too.
He did. Yes, he was a
Yeah,
producer on the film.
yeah, so he had a role in the whole movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course he did. Bill.
Mhm.
Fun fact though. So almost all of the practical or the special effects in the film are practical.
Yes.
And that's because, which I did not think about this until rewatching it when I like planned out the schedule for our episodes. I didn't think about it, but it's because Kreger has like a rule for himself that he tries not to use any technology that John Carpenter didn't have when he was writing the thing.
Oh, perfect timing.
I know, I was like, "Oh my god, it perfectly ties in with last week's episode." Where
Yeah.
like
That's awesome. That's perfect.
I know. I love that. I think the only thing that was like a digital effect was the shot of the grass in the 1980 version, like in the flashback when it shows the town. they had to edit in the grass because all their efforts to like grow it for real just failed. So they couldn't
Oh,
do
sad. No grass for you.
Yeah, so that was digital.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I looked up the actor who plays the mother is
Mhm.
a male.
Yep.
Yep. Which kudos to their makeup department because spooky. We love a prosthetic mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
It was a little gruesome. Yeah, this
Yeah.
movie's definitely got some gore.
Not as much as the thing.
Really?
I don't think so.
I mean, you might be right. I guess I just don't consider, like I said, it's just this one was more realistic gore.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
I
she
agree.
rips the guy's arm off and beats him to death with it.
I mean,
I shouldn't laugh at that, but like,
there's
what a
she
way
has
to
limited
go.
resources.
Yeah, she's innovative, you could say.
Mhm.
Hashtag justice for mother.
Oh, what? But no, I had the same dislike as you. I really wanted Bill Skarsgård to be in it longer, and
Yeah.
yeah, yep. How scary was it?
Mm, I said 2 out of 5?
You,
Is that wrong? 3 out of 5?
whoa.
I don't know.
I said 3.5.
Okay, okay. Okay, I'm calibrating. Got it.
I can literally see the wheels turning in your head right now.
Yeah, I'm adjusting each time we do this of what I should think versus what I do think.
Yeah, and maybe it's because it's dark and rainy and stormy outside today, and I
Mm.
watched it an hour ago.
Yeah, you gotta start watching movies at night. That way we get an honest opinion.
Yeah, like real true immersion.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I get it though. Like there were definitely times that I was like, what's gonna happen? But I think because
Yeah.
of like the editing and stuff, and because like it did have humor behind it, it kind of eased the blows for me, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I
You really
see.
didn't
I'm
think it
not
was funny?
seeing. No, I didn't see the. I mean, there were some parts where I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Is this really happening? Like, are you really going back in that house? You stupid!"
Mm-hmm.
But
That's fair. That's fair. But I
but I
mean,
didn't think
that's
it
why
was
we're doing
funny.
this. You didn't think. Hmm.
No.
No, when she first finds the door and she opens it and it just like cuts to like her face close up and she just goes, nope. That
Well,
didn't
that
make you
was
laugh.
funny. Yes, that made me laugh. Yes, but then she went right in.
I
She's
mean,
like,
yeah.
"Fine, I guess I'll go look."
I wouldn't, okay, okay. I wouldn't go in there if I was locked in a basement. But like if my friends were upstairs or like near me and I wasn't locked in the basement, I'd probably take a peek. Once I found the second door, no, that's probably where I draw the line. Actually, once I found
Well,
the room itself, I'd probably
the
be like, "Oh, we
room.
gotta fucking go."
Yeah, the room alone.
Yes, that would have been the kicker for me. But yeah, I think if I had a flashlight,
Oh my god.
I might check it out. I'm gonna be honest.
That was honestly the most anxiety I felt during the whole movie was when Keith wouldn't let Tess leave. I was like, "Oh, he's the bad guy."
Yep.
He knew this room's down there. And he's like, "Wait, I just
Yes.
got to go check it out." Like I was like, "Okay, he's the bad guy. This is the big red flag." Um,
Yeah, that was the first time I was watching it.
ugh.
Yeah, it was like sussy the whole time because I was like, okay, like you got double booked. She's like being all weird, you know? And
He had the
then
reservation,
I know,
but he
but
just wouldn't
like
made it.
that's not that it's 2022. He can 2023. He can he can
Yeah.
Photoshop anything. But
Mhm.
um but I think like That yeah, for me too. The first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh, he's just stalling for time, like, he wants to go back down there, like, he's trying to lure," and then even when she, like, opened the thing and she could hear him, and he was like,
Mhm.
help me," I was like, "He's fucking luring her down there," and then she's like, "We gotta go," he's like, "We can't go that way," she's like,
Yeah,
"No,
we have to
this is the
yeah.
way," and he's trying to pull her deeper in. I was like, "Bro, this guy's fucking like, no, like, this is not it," and then
Mhm.
as soon as you're sure he's the bad guy,
Yeah.
he gets his head smashed in.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Uh,
guess I see it. I'll say 2.5. How about that? It's a 2.5 in the scary scale.
okay, and I put 3.5, which I feel like we've
Great.
been about that's, like, been about where I'm
Yeah.
usually 1 more than you.
I feel like you've been pretty on par with me.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I know what's scarier than other things,
Yeah.
at least, at the very least. Yeah, this one and honestly, it's really that one scene where she's just, like, barely visible,
Yeah.
that's gonna fuck me up tonight, I just
I'm
know it. I know
so
it, I'm gonna be laying in bed, I'm gonna be looking across the room, and there's gonna be something that comes into the light, and I'm gonna piss myself, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be all your fault. I'm gonna think of you while I do it.
You're gonna check please.
Ugh.
You know what scene though, real quick about it, okay. When AJ like escapes when she's breastfeeding him and then he escapes and he's like running down and he gets to that door that we find out Frank is that's his room, right?
Yeah.
When he gets there and Mother's like chasing him the whole way and then she stops and just kind of fades back into the dark hallway. The whole time I was watching that in theaters, I was like, don't go in the door. If
Wait,
she's
that's what I'm
scared of it,
talking about.
yes, but I'm like, if she's scared of it, why aren't you?
Th
Like,
Yeah.
if this thing that is chasing you and trying to like hurt you is scared of what's behind that door, it has to be worse.
Yep.
Like, that's why I was like, oh shit. Like,
And that's what the homeless man alluded to, like, there's worse things in that house than her.
yep.
And boy, was he right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Frank.
Mm.
Oof. Yeah. Do you know why Frank killed himself?
I think because AJ had said that Tess got out, right? So he said like police are gonna be here soon, like they know I'm missing, like they're coming. So I think Frank
Oh,
just knew it was over.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
So
fair.
I think that was what I gathered, I guess, from it. I don't
Yeah.
it never really clarifies that, but I would assume that Frank knew the wrong person had gotten stuck down there and that it would be investigated eventually.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
How many generations did it take to get to the mother? Is what I wanna know.
I don't think I wanna know. There were so many tapes labeled, like,
Right?
and the cages.
Yeah, with the dog bowls in them.
Yeah, and I don't think there were dogs in them.
Woo, yikes.
So how sexy did you think it was?
Well, thank you for asking right then.
Of course, I thought, what a perfect segue.
Um, so okay, I put a 2.
Okay,
Um, but mostly because of like the Tess and Keith thing. Like the
okay,
duvet scene, the cute little duvet scene, you know?
yeah. I put it 2 simply because of Bill Skarsgård.
Okay, yeah.
Like, him being in any film, it's automatically somewhat sexy to me because I am so very attracted to that man. But,
Yeah. Um,
yeah,
I get it. I get it.
yeah,
But no, I feel like they were trying to build some tension there at the beginning between the two of them
yeah.
and yeah, you know, I think some credit should be given by the fact that there were boobs out very often.
Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, one for each of them.
1 point for each boob.
Yes, of course. All right, great.
Well, now I know how to make the scale.
Yeah,
Okay.
a point for every boob.
How fucked up do you think this one was?
I, I feel like I said a 2.
Yikes.
Now that I'm thinking back, I think maybe a 3 would be more appropriate.
Okay.
The breastfeeding was a lot. That was a lot to watch.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, obviously just the whole concept idea of, like, who Frank is and what he does is really fucked up.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, what you actually see,
That's true.
I think that's why I gave it a 2, because, like, the breastfeeding was, like, the and when she puts the bottle down and there's, like, hair on it.
And the hair, yeah.
That was actually, like, an accident that became part of the film. Like, the guy who plays Mother, like, his wig just got stuck on it, and Zach Cregger was like, "Oh, that's gross, let's put more on it." Just
No. Oh.
so, yeah, I think, yeah, maybe a 3. I'm just, like, trying to compare it to movies that I've seen that are really fucked up, and, like,
Okay.
there's some fucking 5s out there, let me tell you what.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen any of those yet.
Yeah,
So, I put 4 out of 5
that's
for
fair.
the 3 scenes that you just mentioned, or the 3 reasons you just mentioned. The hair on the baby bottle, my biggest fucking fear.
Oh, is
Um,
hair on a baby bottle?
not my biggest fucking fear. Okay, let me backtrack. So gross.
Yeah, disgusting.
Like being in a house with a baby and dogs, not cute. Um, yeah. No, ew. Okay.
Wait, sorry, you
And
should clarify that you live in a house with a baby and
I
dogs.
have a baby and dogs.
Not the idea of living in a house with babies and dogs is gross.
Okay, yes. Thank you. Yes, I will clarify that I have a baby and I have dogs. I have long-haired dogs, and there is hair fucking everywhere, and I'm always pulling hair off of shit, including when my kid was drinking out of a bottle. And even today, I pull hair out of her food. Like, just gets there, and I don't like. I hate the idea of her getting hair in her mouth.
I do the same thing, but it's my hair everywhere.
Yeah, it happens to me too.
And I'm the baby.
You're feeding yourself a bottle?
No, but I'm feeding myself.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, thank you.
No, so that was one of the reasons. The like the whole essay aspect of it, so fucked up, and the whole like her backstory, like how she came to be, which I feel like are 2 separate things. But yeah, so I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
Pretty fucked.
that's fair. I can't wait till we watch a 5 out of 5 together.
A 5 out of 5 fucked up.
A
And
5
mine
out of
could
5
be
on
an
my
8.
scale. You're gonna be like, 5's not high enough.
Yeah. Whew. Yikes. What is one? A 5 out of 5. Can you enlighten us? Or no?
Honestly, I feel like the one that immediately came to mind, I don't even know if I would have you watch it, because I don't even know if anybody should really watch it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if there's horror fans out there who have ever seen a Serbian film, they know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, but that would be an absolute 5 out of 5.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to venture into that, that's fine. We can go down that path. But we'd have to have some heavy trigger warnings on that episode. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I feel bad about my 4 to 5 now. Should it be a 3?
No. I think you should rate it the way that you are feeling in the moment, you know?
Okay. Yes, my heart says 4.
Yeah. Because God knows this is going to be my 3rd film that's a 5 out of 5, so.
What do you mean?
Overall.
Overall?
Yes, overall.
Oh.
5 out of 5. Big fan.
Okay.
I love this movie.
All right. Well, I give it a 3.5.
That's fair. I'm trying to, yeah. It's not for
It's a
everyone. It's for me. This movie was
Yeah.
made directly for me as a person.
Is this where your screen name came from?
No.
Oh.
This movie came out in 2022.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
right.
have been streaming since 2021. So no, I did not predict this film.
2020, by the way.
Oh yeah, I didn't start streaming in 2020.
19 months.
Yeah, but it counts your first sub as month 1. So technically it's been a year and a half. So like the day that you subbed, that's your 1 month.
And you were streaming before I subbed.
Only for a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think my first stream ever was. This is sidetracked completely, but
Total sidetrack.
My first stream ever was May 15th, 2021.
Oh, you know the date.
Yeah, because I celebrated this year for my 1 year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Anyways, we're streamers. If you didn't know that.
Yeah, no, 3.5.
Okay. Well, why?
I mean, honestly, I don't know that I don't know. That's just what my heart told me. I
That's
liked a lot
fair.
of stuff. I thought it was a little gimmicky.
Yeah.
And cliche.
Mm.
Like the whole they justified a lot. And this is what we talked about in I don't remember what episode, but like they explained so much. Right? Like almost too much. Like
Oh.
they went out of their way to do like the whole cop thing to explain why the cops wouldn't come or that the cops wouldn't come. Like,
yeah.
Just kind of took you, like, it literally took you out of the house and it gave you room to breathe, which to me, like, made it a little less scary.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It just felt a little gimmicky. So 3.5.
That's fair. I think, I do get why people, like, may not like this movie or love it as much as me. But I think that's, like, why I liked it so much is because they were, like purposefully relying on those tropes, kind of.
Yeah.
But, like, in kind of a new way. Like, it wasn't, like, a I mean, we talked about Jordan Peele, like, you know, in that opposite where, like, Jordan Peele's movies are kind of, like, they are making smart decisions. Whereas, like, this one is, like, no, they're purposefully gonna do the dumbest things you've ever seen. But it's not like those, like, old movies, you know, where they weren't doing it on purpose. They were just making excuses for, like, why the story was happening. Like, in this movie, they were like, no, that's the point.
Well,
but yeah.
we need to revisit all of my scores once I've seen a few more horror movies.
Oh, you want to try to backtrack? You want to re-rank?
Yeah. I think like later on, maybe we'll watch something similar to this, and I'll have a new opinion on it. But
I don't even know if I know a movie that's similar to this one.
what do you mean?
Like, it's just so unique in, like, how it's done.
Okay.
Like, I can't think of any other movie that, like, tells a story the way this one does.
Where they get stuck in a house and there's a creature in the house?
Well, no, like, obviously that's been done before, but I mean, like, the tone of the film.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, then, it's just perpetually going to be a 3.5.
All right.
I did like it, though. Like, I'd watch it again, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fine. This is fine. This is what this is supposed to be about, you know?
Yeah, let's do a C.
Don't say it like that.
Why?
I don't know. That makes it seem worse in my eyes. As
what
someone who was pressured to get A's, C was unacceptable.
Well.
Yeah. Well, do you think you would survive it?
I mean, probably.
You phrased it up like it was going to be a no.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I mean, yes. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the men were dying, which,
Mhm.
you know, no, oh well.
Rip.
Um, yeah. No, I think I could have played along.
Yeah.
I hope I have the wits about me to kind of figure out what Tess did and just act until something happens to where I could skedaddle my way out of there, and then hopefully not get thrown off of a water tower.
That's the kicker.
Yeah. Yeah, wild that he literally was the bad, like he was the bad guy. Wild.
Yeah, AJ's the villain. Frank's the
Yeah.
villain.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Not
justice for
together.
mother. I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times.
You're not wrong.
She was a victim. Don't fight me on this.
Literally was.
Literally.
Literally. What about you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie is intentionally about people making bad decisions and ignoring red flags, and that just couldn't be me. I'm not that girl.
Nope.
The way my radar was going off watching it, there's no way I would ignore them in real life. So,
Yeah.
peace out, Keith. You're cute. Call me, but no, I'm not. You're dead, and I'm gone. So,
Yep.
AJ, rip. No, I'm not coming back for you. Peace
Yeah.
out, bitch.
Whew. Well,
Yeah.
all right. Any last thoughts?
No, I think everybody should see this movie because even if you hate it, it's worth it if you love it. That's
That's
my
fair.
humble opinion that you might hate it. You might
Well,
really,
humble's a
really
strong
hate
word.
it. But if it's for you, goddamn, it's for you. I'll tell you what.
I can't imagine people hating it. Do people hate this movie?
Oh, I'm sure some people do, right?
Can't imagine hating it.
I'm sure there's people that hate. There's people that hate every movie.
Well, okay, yeah, that's true. That is true. All right, well, that wraps it up for today. If there are any movies you'd like to hear us talk about, please let us know in the comments or shoot us a DM on our socials.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you next week when we talk about a movie based off of a story by Stephen King. Get ready for The Mist. We'll see you then. Bye.